Welcome back to the Buds in the Box podcast. The Leafs lose 6-3 against the Winnipeg Jets and also 4-3 in a shootout against the Minnesota Wild. We will be covering the Winnipeg Jets game first as it is more relevant. And we also brought a special guest. We've had him on the podcast a few times before. Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast. Welcome. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. Like, it's been a good day for a Winnipeg fan, honestly.
Yeah.
I just got home. I got home just in time to watch this game because it was freezing at the CFL game. It was like minus 13. It felt like minus 23. That was fun. And then I got home just in time to watch this.
Oh, so did you actually get to go, did you go to the game?
My family has season tickets for the Bombers. So that was I had like layers on layers, and then I just got home just in time for this because that's why they moved the games schedule. They moved each half hour. They moved the CFL game half hour earlier and this game half hour later to kind of just circumvent the two games.
Oh, right. Yeah. And both Winnipeg teams won today. I saw that. So yeah, that's pretty cool for them for the CFL. But the Winnipeg Jets, they scored 6 goals on Joseph Woll tonight. From a Leafs fan perspective, it was definitely a wild game, an interesting game to say the least. Marner is still injured from Muzzin's hit on him in practice, and I don't remember if they brought Clifford in last night because he wasn't noticeable, but he was definitely noticeable tonight. And right off the bat, the Leafs off to a hot start, and then Simmons took a really stupid penalty. And then the Jets score was Pierre-Luc Dubois. He's still in Leafs nightmares from when he was on Columbus and the playing round. What did you guys think about the goal?
It was a good setup. Like, for anybody who hadn't been watching the last 2 games, the power play for the Jets has been very, very hit and miss. To be honest, our whole special teams are very hit and miss, which I think we'll touch on a little bit later in this game as it progresses. But the power play especially needed a boost. And honestly, Pierre-Luc Dubois has been the most consistent goal scorer with Kyle Connor this entire season. So him getting on there and actually Blake Wheeler being somewhat efficient on the power play is a boost as well, because it doesn't happen often. So I guess in this 1,000th game, he decided to show up. So that was nice. That was very nice. And honestly, against a Leafs team like this, we needed a lead.
Yeah. Also, I know I don't think Jude or Felly would really like talking about the Jets scoring. So what did you guys think about Bunting's goal then on the power play?
Well, I don't know. It was nice it gave us a little bit of hope for a bit to get the game tied up. But no, I mean, I thought actually the Jets kind of came out to a hot start. Like, they were kind of all over the Leafs, and then when they scored, I was like, I think it was almost like game over first goal against, and then there was a little bit of hope for that second goal there, for that 1-1 goal. But one thing's showing a little bit of, he's showing some signs, like some good signs, and like his whatever you're talking about, Eric, that goal per dollar thing, or that point per dollar, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's definitely, what is he, $950 a year, or something like that, and that, like, considering that he's making $950 a year, he's doing pretty well. So to score on the power play like that, it's like it's what they needed at that time, and like it was good. But just to go back to that first goal, the Jets goal there, it's like it's also Joseph Woll in that, just like a little excuse for the Leafs there. But not to say that not
he
to
was
say
wide open though. Like,
not to say all the goals weren't like nice. Like, well, the Koff goal, we'll get to that one, but like definitely Woll is not as strong as Campbell. Like, that game might be a little closer, but
yeah. Jude, did you have any thoughts on either Woll?
Nothing except for Bunting's point streak ended last night, so I wish he could have kept it up, but it is what it is, and it was a nice goal.
Greasy rat. So.
He's so greasy.
Yeah, well, he has like 10 points in his last 7 games, so definitely exceeding expectations. I I'm gonna be honest, Zach. I haven't been following the Jets as much now that we're not in the North, so I couldn't even tell you.
That's fair. To be fair, I didn't know you. I wouldn't have known you guys were first if TSN didn't tell me 5 times a day. So it's okay. No, but like we've been doing okay. It's funny. We've kind of actually got back into a rhythm of things. Like about 3 games. If you asked me 3 games ago how we were doing, I would have been in the middle of a stress room because we would have been losing about 5 games in a row at that point. But honestly, like Shifley and Wheeler finally got back to going like to par and standard since being on COVID protocol. The whole team as overall is gelling. I don't want to say the defense is the problem. I just think more or less just it's not like we don't have the people. It's just more of the people playing up to their potential. And the special teams is horrendous. We're 31st in the league, probably 32nd by now in the league in penalty kill, and it shows every single game. And that doesn't change. So it's kind of something where it's just like, just please don't take a penalty because I'm prepared to cry. Please don't.
Well, I don't really follow the Jets at all, but I do know just because Shifley's on my fantasy team that he has sucked so bad until yesterday, 2 days ago, when he got the hat trick. Literally,
Oh yeah.
he has been so bad. I was ready to drop him. And now he was my second pick. Like he was my 3rd pick, maybe. But I was literally on the verge of like dropping him.
Somebody asked me if I would take a Horvat for Shifley trade, and I just straight up looked them dead in the eyes and I said, "Can you make it happen?" Like it gets dire with Shifley sometimes because Shifley's not one of those guys that can like outskate his problems like Nikolai Ehlers and Kyle Connor. If he's not performing, he's slow, he's methodical. He'll get over the line, he'll go like this, kind of look for an open passing lane and just pass it off. Like there's nothing dynamic there when he doesn't want to be.
I had Ehlers too. I already dealt him though. I was finished with him
Cool.
like the beginning of the year. I got Nylander out of that one, so I was happy.
He had a slow start though, so I can't blame you on that.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, Mike.
We move on to the second period.
Yeah, well, first period not very eventful compared to the second period. The Jets scored 4 straight goals. Kopp, Sveshnikov, Connor, and Ehlers, and then the Leafs followed up with 2 goals from Matthews and Kasha. There's way too many goals to talk about in this period, but Zach, did you have any goals that stood out to you?
Well, like let's be honest. The Jets goal was pretty much the same goal on repeat. It's either a bad line change or just a bad neutral zone play. Like it's bad neutral zone positioning by the Leafs. To be honest, I think I can safely say that. And it costs and it gives up a lot of chances. And honestly, they cleaned it up by the end of the second period. But like it was too late at that point. Like honestly, Copper's goal is bad. That's the safest assumption. But to make it even, Kasha's goal is terrible.
Yeah.
So those two balance out very nicely. Then we pretty much get like a power play goal. We exchange power play goals, and then we get 2 more rushes off it. Like those, I'm happy about that, but it's one of those things where I don't think many of those chances happen if this isn't the second period and we don't have the long change on their side. Like it's one of those things where the Jets are actually one of the best teams at second period scoring. So it's very fortunate that these always happen to us, but at the same time, getting up to a 5-1 lead and ending the period 5-3 reminds me of the Devils game. Because the Devils game, we got up 3-0. And at about early in the second period, we were down 4-3. So, like, it's one of those things where I would like us to not have to outscore our problems and actually play competent hockey 2 ways. But, like, I'll take it. Like, I'll take a 5-3 lead if I have to.
I think if I was in that position, I'd take a 5-3 lead as well. But Jude, Felly, did you guys have any goals in the second period that stood out?
Not really. I was what are you laughing at, Jude?
No, anything. You're
This guy.
Well, I can
When
you're
we're on the
doing.
podcast, whenever Jude starts to like smile or laugh, it just gets me going. So
I get you
thought-
going, eh?
okay.
You
No,
saying
second
something?
period, Kopp's goal. Joseph Woll looked like a AHL backup goalie. That like I've seen like we've been seeing some pretty good things from Joseph Woll this year.
Oh, he's
And I'm-
3-0.
Sorry?
He was 3-0 going
Yeah,
in.
he was 3-0.
Yeah, it
He
was
was
good.
he he still looks promising, I would say.
Just a bad night.
That being said, that goal, everyone has a bad game here and there. It's like everyone's human, except for like McDavid, but he's not a human. But like everyone's human, right? Like everyone has a bad game here and there. Everyone lets in a bad goal. Ups and downs happen, but that one wasn't great. And then you're right, Kasha's goal also stood out as not a good goal. That one was honestly though, Kasha's goal was like such a momentum goal for the Leafs because it was like the 5-on-3 Matthews scored. It was 5-1. And then before that, let me just get Sveshnikov's goal was gross.
Yeah, it was.
Just
that's
like
the second
that
goal of the
shot.
season. I'm so proud of him.
I believe
shot
Detroit
was,
gave up on him
looked
way
his
too early.
brother.
I believe Detroit gave up on him way too early.
People
Oh,
love Svetch. He's just the best. His personality is just the best.
There was a flash of his older brother or his younger brother. Is Andre older than him?
I don't know, but all I know is that when he was asked, they were showing him around the city of Detroit, and he's like, my brother play hockey. He better than me. And then that was the end of it. That was the end of the interview.
Yeah, well, his brother is better than him, but there was definitely flashes of his brother on that goal. That was a nice goal, but
Kyle Connor's
aside from that, sorry.
Kyle Connor's
Connor's shot was ridiculous.
Connors too, yeah, pretty nice. But aside from that one, the Jude. Aside from that one, the two Leaf goals, I thought we were like gaining momentum to get back into the game there. Just like Matthews' goal is also a snipe. Those were some nice goals this game, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Both goalies looked decent. Like honestly, Hellebuck's been not great this year. I haven't watched him a lot.
Yeah.
But he's been
He's been subpar to himself. He hasn't been bad, but he's been subpar to himself.
Of course, yeah.
Like, he's like middle of the road, which for a former Vezina goalie is
Yeah.
a big difference.
Like what everyone thinks. Like everyone thinks of Hellebuck. Like for me, I think of Hellebuck. I'm like to me, he was the second best goalie in the league last year and the year before that. Like to Vasilevsky, literally. And then just this year, compared to what he's done in the past, that's all. But yeah, no, he's honestly, I like having Hellebuck on my team. I'd love that, but the goals against, again, the Kasha goal was lucky, and then the other ones were just good goals, snipes, and then same with Wool, but like 6 goals against doesn't look good, obviously on anyone's stat sheet. Like you don't want to have 6 goals against, but when you look at all the goals, there was probably one that shouldn't have gone in that did.
I mean, the Scheifele one was like a sick pass and a sick move to get into the zone, but that's Campbell's save all day.
Sure, like there was a couple. I think Ehlers' goal and Scheifele's. I think
Ehlers is tough. Ehlers is a one-timer. Ehlers is tough. Ehlers is a one-timer.
Ehlers one-timer. Campbell gets across there, man.
Okay, but like
we've seen Campbell get across.
Like, I have. But you're talking to a guy who has seen Ehlers paint that corner of the net, like that is his spot.
It was nice.
There are spots that he loves to go. That is the one spot that he really hits reliably.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
it was nice. It was nice. I don't know. I think Campbell gets across on those.
I think Campbell has that just based on the fact that he played them like 6 or 7 times last year, and Wool is like it's all new players to him.
What happened?
Okay, see you later, bud.
What?
Have a good one. Have a good night. You too.
Is that the? Can you see the Buzz in the Box logo? The old one.
Yes.
That's the vintage logo.
Do you have that like for your like university too? Just have that like just chilling there when you have to go on the Zoom call.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Self promotion. Oh, now you guys are on the other side.
Advertising.
I'm not disagreeing with it.
It's advertising.
Wait.
What were you?
Third period was a dumpster fire, huh?
What?
That third period though, that was not a goal scoring period, but holy Jesus.
That third period was crazy.
Simmons
Simmons and what's his name? The big guy that sucks.
Clifford.
Which one? The big guy?
The big guy that sucks, Logan.
Oh, second year. How many points does Simmons have?
Didn't I roast Stanley on our podcast?
I think you did, and I
Yeah.
think I had said that it wasn't as bad, and it still isn't. Like he plays like it's.
Yeah, I know.
I would rather have him over Justin Hall.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's compare their defense here.
No, we agree. We hate Justin Hall on this podcast.
yeah. I was on
He's the sole reason. He's like the sole reason to 50% of the Leafs goals against this guy.
He actually
There was
scored
a
on
lot
himself on us last night again.
Yeah, first round against Montreal.
No,
Scored
and
on
against
himself.
Minnesota last night. Their third goal.
Oh, really?
Went off.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that one.
Really?
Yeah, right off his skate into the net.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but Simmons, like, I don't even know what that was. It was like there was
Okay.
so hard to. Okay,
Wait.
no. Let me get this.
Well, no.
You tell me your thoughts on it, then I'll tell
We
my
start
thoughts
from the
on it.
beginning here. The hit on Sandin was dirty as fuck.
Yeah,
The hit on Sandin
And
should
Hall,
never have happened.
and
That's a
Wall.
knee on knee. Hmm?
and on Wool.
Wait, we'll get there because that was like after.
Oh, okay.
The hit on
that was-
Sandin was dirty. The whole Leafs bench hated it. It was a knee-on-knee hit. Spezza went and killed Pionk because of what he did, which fair enough, it evens it out. Then Pierre-Luc Dubois knees Wool in the head. You can't do that. And then it started a bunch of scrums. Like that's just what happens. But like it really did start from Pionk and Dubois. Like they were the initiators and everything. The two
Yeah.
of them.
I
In
agree.
my opinion. So I know Zach has a different opinion.
We may disagree.
But like you have to admit that even if the Sandine, okay, I'd say the Sandine one was probably could have been looked at differently, you know.
Okay.
But the Pierre-Luc Dubois knee to the head, that's got to be intentional. You can't be doing that to goalies that come out. You know, you can't knee anyone in the head, like whether it's a goalie or not. So,
or if it's Neil Pionk.
but Neil Pionk did something to get kneed in the head. Wool did nothing.
Okay, but like
Go ahead.
man just destroy. So like okay, so let's start. So PLD and Matthews gets tied up very early in the period.
I
I would
remember that.
say that I would understand if PLD took an extra roughing for that. Matthews only gets drawn to the box by association, but let's be honest, that happens more times than we'd like to admit, even though it's not the most fair rule. They'll throw two guys in there just to even it up anyway. The Pionk hit's tough for me because I think it's incidental only because if you watch the replay, he actually does still clip him with a bit of the hand, with a bit of the arm. That being said, it's still a 2-minute penalty, and I think they still missed the call there. Now, the Spezza one, though, is tough for me because I see Pionk go to clear the puck. Spezza goes to complete a hit on a player that he already knows is down there. So it kind of makes me wonder, what are you thinking, Jason? Like,
Well, he
he's
did
on
it
the
because
ground.
Pionk just tore Sandin's ACL.
Okay, so
Like-
if we're going on the assumption that it's revenge based,
Yes,
that's
it
still
is.
not okay. Like I think we can safely say a
It
knee
is
to the
better.
face is
Well, the
not
thing
okay.
is, I don't think Spezza's ever done that to anyone.
No, which is why it looked very out of place.
On the Leafs. So he's not the
Like,
type of guy to just
man
go out
looked ready
and
to
like
kill
kill
him.
someone. But if he has reason to, he's going to.
If he's
It was,
upset
it was a
about
matter of
something,
time.
yeah.
Someone was going to do
I'm
something.
saying that we should have taken a 2-minute penalty for the hit. Like I think if they call a 2-minute penalty for Pionk, nothing happens. Because justice gets through naturally. The fact that they missed that starts this possibly. Now the Wall one's tough for me because I'm a goalie, and the thing is like I see Wall come out of his net, and that's kind of like when you see a goalie come out of their net like that on a play where it's kind of a race to the puck, you kind of hold your breath. The thing that makes me kind of tough on this one and kind of puts Wall in a bad spot for me is Wall doesn't take the opportunity to just cover the puck. Wall decides to, with his blocker hand, which is not normal, bat the puck out into play as PLD is reaching in for it. And PLD it can't really jump over him, otherwise he risks landing on Wall. And it's one of those plays where it's like Wall is very clearly out of the blue paint, so he's technically fair game. Now that being said, PLD doesn't change any of his motion going into Wall. It's bad that he makes contact with him, but I don't see anything changing in his motion to go for the puck. Like, he doesn't stick out his knee. His knee stays in the same spot in each stride. It's just one of those things where it happens to clip him in the head because he's going out to, like, if he covers this puck and PLD hits him in the head, then I can understand the upset because he's told to slow down the second the goalie covers it because the play is dead. But Wall bats it with his blocker out to the outside, which he probably really shouldn't have done. And I was surprised they didn't go through like concussion protocol because they arguably should have. But that's honestly just unfortunate, I think. Like, I can understand being upset that your goalie's getting taken out from a play. I can. But, like, part of the thing is, too, is all he has to do is cover that puck or just don't go out flying head first. Like, just you stick, man.
Yeah.
Just shoot it.
I think the frustration also comes because last night, right before overtime, Marcus Foligno did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I heard about this. Yes.
And then there was
That
no
I
call
can
as well.
That was bad too. You gotta, like, protect the quarterback in football.
Yeah.
Protect the goalie too, right?
I know.
It's like,
I'm a goalie. I know.
right? So, like, it's kind of a similar sort of thing. You can't, like, a late hit on the quarterback it's a flag, right?
Is it
So,
late
like,
though on PLDs though? Because PLD goes to play the puck, right, when he moves it.
like a goalie out of his crease or out of the trapezoid, like, should be, technically is like fair game. You usually don't see people hitting goalies, like,
Unless you're
it's just
Milan
a bad
Lucic.
idea because you are gonna get mauled by the entire team. Just
No,
what's
I
gonna
get
happen,
that.
right?
So, like, if he got mauled on that play, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset because it would have been. I wouldn't have thought that PLD was in the wrong, but I would have understood the natural like inclination. Like, you hit our goalie, you have to take a hit for that. I would have understood that. That's fine.
That's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Jets did pay though, like at the end.
Hmm?
What did you say, fella?
I was just saying, like, no one actually did anything, like, to, I don't know. It was
Well,
like,
okay. To be fair though, let's keep in mind it goes to TV timeout. Next shift,
Yeah.
Clifford and Simmons is on the ice. I literally looked over at my family and I said, gee, I wonder why they're on the ice right now.
So,
Is it
like,
to get the Leafs back into the game to make this a 6-4
Yeah.
hocky game?
that's true.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be putting Matthews on the ice in that situation. Like, stick Simmons out there for 5 minutes and just let him roam the.
You couldn't because he cross-checked two guys in 20 seconds.
No, he
This is
didn't
the
even
best
just do
thing ever.
that. He
Simmons takes.
took out
Simmons-
someone's legs.
Right. Simmons takes 12 minutes worth of penalties with 12 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. And I look in my head and I'm like, okay, he should be gone for the rest. He's probably gone for the rest of the game. That's fine. Lo and behold, 34 seconds left of the game, and he's trying to pick a fight with our puck-moving defenseman, Josh Morrissey.
What happened with, like, at the end? I kind of, like, had my TV muted because I was done. Like,
He and Morrissey had words, which quickly resulted in him going after Morrissey. While Morrissey is like, I'm like 6'1" and not a fighter. Why are you coming at me? Which prompted our 6'4" terrible defenseman, as you said, to decide to go in.
He's 6'7".
He's like 6'7", yeah.
Wow.
Like, he's something there. He's 6 a lot.
why was Tavares in the box? I saw Tavares go to the box. What was that?
He's not a penalty killer.
Oh, he served it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know why he was in the box.
That's a good question, though. Why the hell is Tavares in here?
I was like, why
You
is
don't
Tavares
fit-
getting penalty?
Tavares, Clifford, and Simmons in the box.
Yeah.
Something's wrong
Funny. I mean,
No.
Clifford played the perfect game, though, in
for him.
that sense.
Yeah.
I had a question because I remember, is Mason Appleton still on
No, he was picked
He
up
went
by
to Seattle.
Seattle? Okay, because I was thinking, like,
You
I
were
didn't know.
worried about that, weren't you? Now
Hmm?
you were worried because he scores a lot against you guys.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I haven't seen him. Maybe he's injured or something, but I didn't know he got picked up by Seattle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We replaced him with Sveshnikov, and I feel very happy right now.
That is a good replacement, honestly.
Yeah, Honestly,
Yeah.
I was, and actually to comment what you guys were talking about earlier, when you guys got acquired Michael Bunting, I actually said it in a video too. I thought this was a great move because the thing was, is it wasn't like a he wasn't playing good in Arizona thing. It was just like Arizona's crap with money thing. It was kind of like why he wasn't signed there.
Bunting is a rookie,
Yeah.
technically.
Well,
So
yeah, but he played games in Arizona.
he
He
played
got 4
20
goals or
games,
something
I
like that.
think, and he had
Yeah,
10
yeah.
goals or something like that.
Yeah. He had like 14 points in 21 games or something ridiculous.
So, yeah, so for him, like,
Those are the value picks you need.
it is like
especially
he's
if you're
what,
the Leafs.
26, 7? Something like
Something
that.
like
He's
that.
And the fact that he's considered a rookie because he's played less than like 30 games or whatever it is like pretty crazy that like his career is only like started now. His NHL career, at least. Like he's bound to have a couple good NHL seasons in him, you know?
Mhm.
And just two years on like a $950 deal is like, for this year, I mean, he's playing, like he started the season with Matthews and Marner. You
Yeah.
can't ask for anything more than that, right? Like as 2 line mates. So like he's definitely gonna be a piece for the Leafs this year, next year, like a playoffs. The thing that I notice about him is he's always getting under people's skin.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
is a greasy rat.
He got dragged
Greasy.
into a coincidentals as well. That was good. That was a good play on
Who's number 21 on
Jets.
Yeah.
Dominic Toninato.
So
Tony
he's
Nato.
like chirping him or getting under his skin, and that was like a good little battle they had. So like
Fair.
I feel like Bunting in the playoffs, he could be a monster.
Be a nice greasy rat.
with yeah, just like getting under people's skin. That's what you need.
That reminds me. I was excited to see you guys in the playoffs. We talked about it.
We did.
And when we won our series
Yeah.
4-0, at this point you guys were up 3-1.
Yeah.
And I said, well, great.
Talked
I'm
about
gonna
it.
get to do a bunch of stuff. And then why? What happened, guys?
We don't even want to like.
I was so excited. You guys literally, you posted your game 7, and then I was like, I didn't see anything from you guys for like months.
Oh
Yeah.
You went
We're
into
done,
like the forest, and I was like, where did it go?
that was messed
worried.
because that was like we're up 3-1. Our spirits were so high, and then and we had all these plans because it was playing the Jets. Like we could do some stuff with you, and like we had a bunch of stuff going on. And then Game 7 they lose, and it was just like let's take a break from this for now.
I was ready to like I was gonna try to get you guys on like our friggin' the podcast that we do for like Spotify and stuff like that. And then you guys lost, so I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll get my Habs friend now. But like, damn it, like damn.
Well,
It's okay. This year. We'll meet you guys in the finals.
Sure.
There you go. Yeah, you go.
Sure. Those won't be as the podcast after those games won't be too friendly. I don't know.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is he robotic
Yeah. He's freezing.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Okay.
there
you go.
There we go.
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Yeah. I guess we'll wrap it up here. Unless you guys have any final thoughts on the game.
Not really. I mean, honestly, I can't wait to see them play again, though.
Yeah, I think it was March 31st or something they play next.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so long from now.
I know.
That's a long time. You know what we'll do though? We'll have Nolan back. We'll have Nolan Hockey Podcast back on for the Olympics. We do an Olympic episode.
Oh, do you? That's fun. I plan on covering the Olympics too.
And we'll be cheering for the same team.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go. There you go.
So
and we'll both be cheering against Austin Matthews.
There you go.
There you go.
That's true.
And Jack Campbell and Connor Hellebuck.
There you go.
Yeah, Jack Campbell. I think could make it. It's tough. I think Connor Hellebuck's probably a lock for the last few years. It's either Jack Campbell or John Gibson. That's it.
Who's the other one though?
Campbell, Hellebuck, and Gibson.
There's Hellebuck. There's a couple you can talk about. Hellebuck, Gibson, Campbell, and then Demko as well.
Demko's dog right now, though. So
Well, to be fair, Canucks are dog. what it is.
Yeah.
Canucks just fire sailed their entire franchise.
But I mean, even then, even in the playoffs, though, Demko held down that fort like nobody's business against Vegas. So,
That's true.
so that was like prime Demko right there, and he's not doing the same thing. They might be trash, but he can't pull out a game like he could before.
That is
So,
true.
and Campbell can pull out a game, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, since the Leafs don't play the Jets for a while, we'll definitely have back on at some point or another.
Yeah.
We'll discuss lineups or Olympics or whatever. So
Yeah. So
thank you guys for having me.
yeah, it's always a pleasure.
always a pleasure.
It's always great to come on here. Not gonna lie, I was really worried about discussing this game because like the last 5 Leafs fans I got into an argument with, they were just like, "Fuck off," and that was like, it was like, okay, fine. But yeah, no, this was civil. And then I guess I just say that anyone can check out my content at Nolan Hockey Podcast, which will probably be linked in the description or something like that.
Yeah,
or
we'll leave it in the description. Link to the description.
Perfect. Sounds great. So till next time.
Yep. All right. Thanks for coming on.
See you then, guys. No, of course, anytime.
Zach.
See ya.
So that was Nolan Hockey Podcast, guys. We're going to leave a link in the top of the description. Make sure you guys go check him out. Send him some love. We'd really appreciate it, and I think he'd appreciate it too. All right, go ahead, Jude.
I mean, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, as much action that happened last game and all that went on against Minnesota, right? I thought, I don't know. It seemed like a very like upsetting game. Like, you know what I mean? Like all that coming back, all that just to lose in shootout. Like, I hate shootouts so much, and I'm a huge advocate on just OT, sudden death until someone is given death. Yeah, literally. So
yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I just want to get a quick word in. I don't feel like, even though it shows on the standings that we got 1 point, it was a full 2-point game. I mean, we were just outplayed in the first, and then the Leafs made it a very, very great comeback, and they 100% deserved that win. I don't see it as a loss for us. I see it as a huge improvement because instead of blowing the leads, we are now taking them back. Huge ups for the Leafs. Yeah. I really enjoyed that game last night, and tonight they tried to do the same thing. Go ahead, Veli.
But I mean, instead of being 15-2, right? They're 15-2 in the last 17 games or whatever, right? So like that, you're not gonna keep that up all season, right?
Yeah,
it's bound to happen, and losing in a shootout is not the worst way to lose. The loss to the Jets today was a bit worse. Like, that's definitely a little bit of a tough loss. But I'm sure they'll get back to it. They play Columbus. Columbus is not a super strong team. So yeah. Yeah,
I guess that'll do it. That wraps up the Minnesota game. Marner was out for that game. Minnesota just got off to a hot start. The Leafs played great defense, I thought. Hopefully next game against Columbus, like you said. And then just the fights. I really like the Leafs becoming a more tough team and solving their problems in other ways than scoring. But yeah, I guess that'll do it. Make sure you guys go check out Nolan once again. Link will be in the description. Make sure you go check out our sponsors down below. Use code BUDS20 at manscaped.com and the People's Cup. This has been the Buds in the Box. Bye for now.